Welcome to Sci-Fi Stories. If you love stories of courage and mystery, make sure to subscribe and join our growing community.
The Apex Engagement Program was not a class. It was a warning. Across a known galaxy, it existed for one purpose only: to refine creatures already born to kill. Species with forward-facing eyes, natural weapons, hardened instincts, and generations of predatory evolution were allowed through its doors. Everyone else was filtered out long before the first trial began. That was why Instructor Karun immediately assumed the system had malfunctioned when the final applicant of the cycle stepped into the chamber. She was human. Cadet Mila Reyes stood barely over 5 feet tall, unarmored, unaugmented, and unremarkable by every visible metric. Her uniform hung loose on a frame built for endurance, not intimidation. No claws, no fangs, no toxin glands, no threat displays. The chamber reacted instantly. A Vraxian stalker flexed its bladed forelimbs, metal scraping against bone. A Moltec spire beast released a territorial hiss that rattled the walls. A Sar void hound tilted its skull, sending what it believed to be weakness. Predators recognized prey. Karun's mandibles clicked in irritation. "This program is restricted," he growled, his translator lagging behind his rising anger. "You are misplaced." Mila calmly removed her authorization chip and placed it on the console. "Triple verification," she said. "Signed by Central Command, the Ethics Board, and military oversight." Karun scanned the data. Approved. Cleared. Final. Humans were classified as Category 3. Persistence omnivores. Tool users. Adaptive scavengers. Dangerous in numbers, but never Apex alone. This made no sense. "Very well," Karun said at last. "You will fail quickly." Mila nodded once. "That's what everyone says." The lights dimmed. Trial 1 began. Fear conditioning was the first filter. Synthetic pheromones flooded the chamber, calibrated to trigger instinctual panic responses. The walls shifted. The floor vibrated. Auditory hallucinations mimicked predator calls designed to induce paralysis or flight. Heart failure was common. Within minutes, the Moltec spire beast began attacking shadows, overwhelmed by its own survival instincts. The Sar void hound collapsed, respiratory system overstimulated. Even the Vraxian staggered, slashing blindly at threats that weren't there. Mila sat down, cross-legged. She slowed her breathing, focused, let the fear wash over her, and pass through without resistance. Karun stared at his console. Cortisol spike minimal. Cognitive function elevated. Panic response suppressed. Impossible. When the lights returned, Mila was the only one still fully operational. Trial 2 escalated without delay. If fear didn't break her, force would. She was paired with Krex, a predator engineered to tear armored infantry apart. His mass alone dwarfed her. His muscles coiled like living weapons. Krex did not taunt. He attacked. Mila didn't retreat. She stepped inside his attack arc, too close for his natural weapons to deploy effectively. Her movements were sharp, economical, and deliberate. She struck nerve clusters Krex didn't know he had, redirected momentum, used the floor, the walls, and his own mass against him. Krex hit the ground hard, stunned and gasping. Silence fell over the chamber. Mila offered him a hand. "Sorry," she said. Reflex. Krex stared at her, disbelief rattling through his translator. "You are small," he rasped. "You have no weapons." Mila smiled faintly. "We learned to make everything a weapon." Trial 3 was where most candidates failed. Endurance. No rest cycles. No recovery periods. Constant escalation, designed to exhaust even apex predators. Speed and power burned hot, but faded quickly. Humans did not burn hot. They paced. Hour 6. One cadet withdrawn. Hour 9. Another collapsed. Hour 12. Only Mila remained. She adjusted her movements, controlled her breathing, conserved energy. Every action measured. Every decision calculated. Karun watched in silence. Predators killed fast. Humans killed eventually. At the end of the cycle, Mila stood alone in the chamber, sweat-soaked, bruised, but unbroken. Karun addressed the survivors. You believe apex predators dominate because they are strong, he said. You are mistaken. He looked at the human. They dominate because they do not stop. Mila wiped her brow. On my planet, she said quietly, everything tries to kill you. If you panic, you die. If you stop, you die. She met their eyes, one by one. So we learn not to stop. Karun entered his final report. Species, human. Reclassification recommended. Apex predator, non-traditional. Threat level, escalating. As Mila exited the chamber, Karun felt something unfamiliar stir in his instincts. Not fear, a warning. Because humans didn't hunt to dominate. They hunted to finish.